I will have you know that the bulk of today's vlog was filmed right after I woke up, which is something Melinda suggested. So, look forward to that, I guess. Hello! This is me, Daniel, and this is Christopher Alighchi, and this week's topic comes from Johanna Guerrero, and it is something along the lines of how AP classes have compared to lecture-based classes here at university. So Kris happens to be studying bio for his psychiatry, and he just so happens to be taking a psychology course here. I took AP Psych at ATEC, so hopefully can learn a thing or two about that. And also, the second half of Joanna's question was, how well do I feel ATEC has prepared me? And we will get to that. So, I guess first thing, AP Psych's format, just the way we were taught it at ATEC. To give you some background, we were given basically a reading log for each month about how much we need to have read by what time. In class, we would go through with lectures of this or that based on the chapter. We'd have quizzes, usually about Fridays, but just whenever we get to the end of a chapter and we have the lectures, we do the quiz, and then after about every 3 chapters, we have a unit exam. So that's the format, and we had labs about every block day or so. But how does your psych class work?
Well, my psych class is interesting because it's actually a dynamic class, which means there's basically a couple of types of classes at UNR. There's like the regulars, then there's like lecture, there's lab, dynamic. And dynamic it doesn't usually like follow the schedule of a regular class. So my class actually lasts 3 hours long, and it's a lecture on Saturdays. The pro about it is that like my weekdays are like easy. Like I usually have like 1 to 2 classes every day, and it's beautiful. But during Saturday, I do have a class from 10 to 1, and usually ends a lot sooner because it's psychology, and it's significantly easier than anything AP has to provide. We don't get quizzed at all. We have an exam, quote unquote, but just an essay. Our teacher is actually a first-year graduate who actually graduated from college last year, so she's learning as much as we are, but she's more than competent. She's actually one of 3 people in the world to study cognitive color research.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, so she's actually pretty unique, but honestly, AP is significantly harder than any sort of college class. The reason why people think college is hard is because they're like regular or honors students where they'll usually take those classes.
Honors.
And so for them, that's dramatic. From going from a regular class to a college class, it's a big leap. From AP to a college class, it's a step down. It's usually like a ladder down.
I could say, yeah.
Yeah, like my chemistry is like, AP Chem was hell on earth. Chemistry on college is the easiest thing in the world. I just took the exam and I got a 92. I'm actually irritable about that. Because normally exams in college are usually 25 questions, multiple choice. And that implies that I got 2 questions wrong, which I don't agree with. I thought I only got 1 question wrong, but that's beside the point. But besides AP Psychology, one thing I recommend, research your professor. Is that rate my professor thing?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's helpful because you get to choose your classes and do them early because they will get filled.
Yeah.
If you do your rate my professor app for your like college, like I did that, and I found out I was in Calculus 3 this semester, and I found out the professor doesn't speak English well. He has like a thick Slavic accent, which is like, I thought I was used to accents because I had a Cuban professor that did stuff, but his accent was just like inaudible. So I got out I got out Calc 3 before it started, so it wouldn't jeopardize my resume.
Oh,
and
I didn't know about that. Wow.
I just dropped it altogether, and I just put, I think, chemistry into it because I wasn't planning on taking chemistry this semester to take a break. But yeah, and so far it's so great. I've I get 8 hours of sleep a night, which in high school I only got like 3 hours. I party. I do clubs. I do sports. I'm active in every way. Like, I exercise and stuff. So I have time to, like, you have time to do everything. Just the reason why people like have this weird like college fear is because they're like regular students, or they can't handle the burden of like what we like AP students have faced.
Oh yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, but it's just college is easy. It's beautifully easy. Hey
Up?
Mercedes.
We're doing a vlog right now. Say hi.
Oh my God, there's no fucking party tonight. Oh shoot.
Oh, don't Kris, man.
Yeah. They canceled it. I texted.
Well, thank you, Kris. I'm gonna go over here real quick. Wow! Alright, so some other people asked for a dorm tour, so I'm not really gonna give a full dorm tour, but look, it's the dorm! Ah! It's kind of exciting, I guess. It's my crib. It's pretty crazy. Whoa, look, I don't have too much going on, but I try. Yeah, I don't stay here too often, but it is. Oh, you want to see my bed? It's like the greatest. It's super clean. So I guess to add on to Chris's point, I would say, as far as like my professors go, the thing to watch out for is usually the people who do the ratings are either like super satisfied or super dissatisfied, so it's very hard to find like neutral opinions. It's almost always like, OMG, I love this person, or OMG, this person gave me a bad grade, I'm so sad. So, I mean, always take it with an air of caution when you're reading it, but I will say that it does give you a feel for what people, at least how they react to what they get. As far as, I don't actually have the psych course, so I can't wade too far into that myself. But I will say that overall, the style of using syllabi to guide your work that AP classes usually follow is extremely helpful. I know with the way Mrs. Lee taught the AP Psych for me, she had the monthly readings, those were always assigned, and here in college you get your syllabi day like even before week 1, and there are some professors who will follow that thing to the end of the earth. They will be like, you should have read the syllabi, you should have known what's due today, and luckily I did read the syllabi, I did know what was due today, but very many times they won't remind you because they expect you to have already checked yourself. But that's why you become an independent, free-thinking adult. It's good. So yeah, I looked at, if you didn't already guess, I looked at the survey results. I thought they were super cool. If you have not heard about the survey, it is, I'll put a link in the description, but it is mainly for weeks 1 through 4. I'll probably do another one for weeks 5 through 8. I'm looking at that, thinking about that. And it's pretty good. Thank you very much for all the feedback. I am hoping to take it into account very soon. I don't have an intro or an outro specifically made for the series yet, but we'll work on something. And oh look, I have a hat! It's yours now! Ah! Whoa, back so soon? I know, it's crazy. I just remembered that I forgot to really introduce Kris. He was one of my classmates back at Bridger Middle School for 8th grade, so we became roommates actually from having seen, there's fireworks in the background, it's kind of cool. We became roommates from having seen each other by the late buses for pretty much the past 4 years, just from extracurriculars. He did a lot of debate. Turns out he was into psychiatry. I thought, hey, psychiatry's kind of cool. And since we're both pretty studious fellows, I mean, he's a little more extroverted, so he does some more party stuff. I'm much more introverted, so I don't do so much of that, but also very Englishy dude, so we found a lot in common, and we decided we would much rather get assigned each other than luck of the draw and hoping for the best. So that is who Kris is, and I also wanted to add that the outro clip for today is actually a fairly not uncommon situation. The fishbowl is the lounge of White Pine, the dorm, so Sometimes people like to play the piano. I know I do sometimes. And I thought it was really cool how they were doing a little duet thing. So you'll see that. It's nice. Have a great day, and you can wear my visor hat thing again. Wow.
Wait, we should do it with the phone.
No!